Hey guys, what's up? It's Sienna. If you're watching, welcome back to my channel. Just want to say real quick, shout out to everyone that supported me this far. In case you forgot, I'm sponsored by GottaGetIt.com. If you're shopping for anything, go check it out. There's ridiculous deals. Every week they get new stuff in. It's for everybody. Go check them out. So today's video is going to be taking you back to a journey in the 1970s when house music originated. Before I start, I'm just gonna let you guys know that the whole point of me telling you this is because it's a real good lead up to what I'm about to be showing you in the future. I want you guys to really be able to understand what I'm doing, where it comes from, and why I love it so much. So taking house music all the way back to the 1970s, it stemmed from disco. Now, I'm not a huge fan of disco, but hey, it did help produce my favorite genre today. There's even disco house, and I'm gonna tell you this just as an example, not all house is for everybody. I can't stand 70s disco house. They would take reel-to-reel tape machines. They would mix up disco classics, soul, funk, electropop, you name it. If they could hear it and they could mix it, it was gonna be mixed. This music was specifically designed to make people get up and dance. And they said if you could make people dance together, you could make people live together. So they really wanted to find a way to make everybody mash together and, you know, get along. Sounds really hippie, but I'm all for it. They would incorporate synthesizers, samplers, drum machines, effect processors, and that right there really introduced the 4 on the floor. If you've ever heard that, 4 on the floor, it's the 4-on-4 tempo. They looped bass lines, they added percussion layers, they added vocals, absolutely anything, they mixed it. When the 1980s came, this was a vital turning point for the house industry. Equipment became much more affordable. Chicago, New York, and Detroit really dug deep in the house industry. This is when really distinct electronic genres and subgenres came to life. They created new approaches that were deeper and rawer, and therefore created Chicago house, deep house, acid house, and just made you want to dance even more than you already did. Then, in 1984, the first house label was created, Trax Records. Trax Record was created by Larry Sherman, who was an American record publisher, and he met with a group of people which included Vince Lawrence, Frankie Knuckles, Marshall Jefferson, and a girl by the name of Rachel Kane, also known as Screaming Rachel. But that was his team, and that's who created Trax Records. That label alone introduced Move Your Body by Marshall Jefferson, Acid Tracks by Future, but not with an F, PH, Future. Can You Feel It, Larry Heard, and Your Love by Frankie Knuckles. Some of these songs really inspired new dance moves such as jacking or the jack. Time to jack. I don't know. If you want to look it up, you're gonna have to Google it on your own. And then house music started to go on the radio. The Hot Mix 5 really started to lay down house music the way people wanted to hear it, and therefore house music began to spread internationally. Outside of the US, the big song was Love Can't Turn Around by the Jackmaster, hitting number 10 in the UK top hits. By the 1990s, house music was global. It was everywhere. Artists that you're probably going to be more familiar with, you have Madonna, who actually had a 90s house song called Vogue, which most of you should know. Then after that, you had artists like Paula Abdul and Janet Jackson, who followed in the footsteps. So pretty much from there, house music grew from cross-genre influences, globalization, cultural changes, anything you can think of that could inspire music, you name it, that's what happened. So there's your glimpse into house music history. I tried to condense it a lot. If you're interested in it, I totally recommend looking it up. And with that being said, now I'm gonna tell you my favorites and what really changed the game for me. My 2 favorite house genres by far is deep house and tech house. And with deep house, you have Lane 8, Robert Christian, Lee Burridge, and Kyle Watson. I know that there's a lot more that I like, but those are just the ones off the top of my head. With tech house, you have Solomon, who's kick-ass. You have Black Coffee. You have Green Velvet. You have Hot Since 82. The funniest thing to me about my house music journey is that I actually could not stand it. Couldn't stand it at all. I'm a little small town girl who came from nowhere, and we grew up listening to country music and rock music. I never even fathomed house music. And then I turned 18, I came up to Columbus, and I started working at a venue where big name artists really started to funnel in and play house music. We had special DJs come in that actually were from around the entire world. We had artists like Morgan Page come, we had Nora and Pure, we had Cash, we had Timmy Trumpet. We had some pretty good names come through our venue, and that's what started it all. I think it's so funny to think about the friends that I gained through moving up here and being in the industry. They knew how to have fun. And I remember one specific night, we went out and I was with my girlfriends and we go to this house party and all they play is house music. I actually hated it. I couldn't stand it. I thought it was repetitive. I thought it was annoying. I couldn't grasp it. So majority of the night I would make fun of everyone who enjoyed it, but I would still always dance to it. Leaving that party being like, oh my God, thank God the music's gonna stop. We get into the car and it starts right back off to where it had ended in the house. And I remember making fun of the people like normal about listening to house music, and they responded like this: Sienna, house music is a lifestyle. In the end, I'm just throwing it out there. It's more than true. The reason why I love house music so much is not only does it sound great and it creates a very fun atmosphere, but I think that ever since I really started to grasp understanding and appreciation for not only this genre of music, but a lot of genres of music, has really helped my personal relationships, my look on life, looking at what matters in life and what doesn't. It really helped me set up my life, and that's what I plan to do for you guys. With that being said, that wraps up the video. I hope you're just as excited about this journey as I am. Stay tuned, there's much more to come, and I've yet to reveal my big surprise.